I'm gonna make this video because I couldn't find a lot of videos on YouTube about these tractors or lawn tractors. And I'm not a YouTube video maker, but I figured maybe it'd help somebody out if I put it out there. This is a 98 LX277, so it's 22 years old. And my problem I had was my PTO was not engaging. When I pulled up the button to make the blades work, it did not work. And I didn't think about much. It's kind of an old tractor, so I just figured things would start breaking on it. But it was actually my dad's tractor, so I wasn't familiar with it over all those years, but real familiar with it. I mean, like working on it and stuff. But he took care of it, really good actually. And so I didn't think. I figured, well, it's time for something to break. I didn't really think about what I was doing when it broke. I was mowing their lawn with it, and I had gotten it kind of stuck in the ditch, just on the grass, and I pulled it out with the truck, just tying on the hitch back there, messing around with, just tying on the hitch down there, and pulled it out real slow and got it going again. Shortly after that, the mower deck stopped working. Never really thought the two were related. Assumed they could be, but figured I still need to figure it out. So I looked on YouTube, like everybody does, found how to test a switch. There's videos out there for that, so I'm not going to tell you all about it. But you just basically get a little meter and do a continuity test on it to make sure it actually does what it's supposed to do. My switch was fine. What I didn't really find, I found people changing out their PTO clutches, and there's probably so many of them that I just assumed that would be the problem. A little PTO clutch down here, right there. So I was like, well, I guess that's the problem. So I ordered a new clutch. And got it. Yeah, wonderful Amazon, right? So got my clutch. Painstakingly changed it out. I mean, I had the deck off and everything. I ordered some new wheels and things, but had the deck off and everything to do it, and put it on there. Got it back together and tested it, and lo and behold, that wasn't the problem. So then I did more research and found a way to ohms test those clutches, and I ohms test both of them, and they both were in the right range, so they're both good clutches. So I put the old one back on. Why not? I'm not going to waste a new one on it. So now I'm thinking, what the heck, right? So I checked the safeties. I did the seat safeties. I mean, obviously all these things I could tell when it's running when we flip the button and kills the motor and stuff like that. So I could make sure all the safeties were right. The only safety I didn't think about was the reverse sensing switch. And I looked down here at the brake sensing switch, just making sure everything's good, and I put electrical grease on everything to make sure it's good. And I didn't really think of it, but looked at a wiring diagram and found that the reverse sensing switch on these tractors, probably logical, just I didn't think about it, was back here. And so I walked back here, almost like just knowing, crap, this is where I pulled it out of the ditch. And lo and behold, my little plug right there was just hanging down, unplugged. Plugged it back in. Guess what? It works fine. So anyway, that was my experience with this anyway. So if your mower deck doesn't work, check all your little safeties, that little backup switch, obviously the blade switch and the clutch. Make sure all that works before you spend $100 and something on a new clutch. I probably won't send it back. I'll probably just put it on the shelf to have a memory of, being stupid and not looking at everything before I buy parts. Incidentally, I'm doing maintenance kit. Doing the maintenance on here, so the air filter on there. I just cleaned out the little box and I'm letting it dry before I put it back together. We can change the oil on it. It's the time of year for all that good stuff. Everything's in pretty decent shape on this tractor. It's been a really good lawnmower. I mean, if you have a chance to buy a used one, this one my dad bought new. I bought an LT180 new, still have it, and bought a X577 new, and of course have it. It's only a year old. But this one is a really good quality feel tractor compared to those. It's something about the LX series. I think it's a little bit more expensive, but it's a real good feeling, good driving, riding, comfortable lawn tractor. So anyway, I'm gonna take good care of it and put it all back together, and hopefully don't have any other problems. So if that helps you, great.